Hello everybody and welcome back to the 2006 grade 8 Gauss paper. We're on this question right here, question 20, but before I get into it and taking a look at it, I occasionally at the end of my videos like to say things like, thanks for watching. I don't try and do it all the time because I don't want to sound like a broken record, but for those of you who just, switch off early once I got the question, I'm out of here. I'd just like to say before we start this one, thank you for watching. I do appreciate you guys. Now, sentimentality over, let's get to the math. Question 20. In the addition of two two-digit numbers, each blank space, including those in the answer, is to be filled with exactly one of the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, each used exactly once. The units digit of the sum is... Okay. So we got 7 digits. We got to place them. Now, really, we're done the question as soon as we can figure out what this question mark is. So it might be that the question mark is 6, and maybe it's 1 and 5 that can go up here, but maybe 2 and 4 can go up here. Maybe there's lots of ways to do this problem. I don't know. But as soon as we can figure out this question mark, we're done. We will bubble it in because time is a factor on these contests. I mean, it's not a factor on these videos, but you guys want to be able to practice and say, I don't actually need to do this whole thing. I just need to get this, and then I'm off. I'm doing question 21. Okay? No sense doing more of the contest, more things of the contest that they didn't ask you to do. Okay? So, what can we do? Now, it strikes me the most immediate digit to look at is this hundreds digit. So let's take a look here. And it was a sum. There we go. Okay. So things that are drawing my eye: placement of 0, placement of 6, and this hundreds digit. Now, why are these things drawing my eye? These are the extremes. You might think that maybe there's some limit that the 6 can't be a units digit, because if there were a 6 here and a 3 here, you'd get a 9. Oh no. Now that doesn't immediately help, because if you put the 6 here and the 5 here, you can get a 1. So it's certainly possible that could happen. But with questions like these, looking at extreme digits, where the 9s can go, where the 0s can go, is important. Now, we are told it's two-digit numbers, so the 0 can't go here, the 0 can't go here, and the 0 can't go here. So that's kind of important. We know the placement of the zeros. Now, I'm fairly certain this hundreds digit has got to be 1. There's no way to add two two-digit numbers. Like I know whatever these numbers are, they're going to have to be smaller than 99s, smaller than or equal to 99s. And the best we can get, even with two 99s, the biggest two-digit numbers you can have, you get a 1. So that sort of stuffs the 1 there. Okay. Because it can't be 0, and it can't be 2 or more. There's no way to do it, so it's got to be 1. So that removes 1 from our list, and we might keep a running list. And that's certainly something you can try and do. And now this question's vaguely coming back to me. I think this was on the grade 7 Gauss from this year. But 1's off our list. 1's accounted for. Now you might think, oh, okay, well then, the 6 and the 5 can't be here. And you're right, 6 and 5 can't be here, but you can still have 6 and 4 and 0. Okay. Now, what to look at next? So we know we have to have 1 here. And, at best these guys would be 9. They're definitely not 9s, but at best they're 9s. So at best we're carrying a 1. We might be carrying a 1, we might not be carrying a 1. Okay? Things to ponder. But, it's certainly possible. I know this can't be zeros. If this were something like 2 and 3, even if I did carry a 1, I'd only get a 6 here. I wouldn't be carrying to get that 1 there. So what do we need? What two-digit leading digits can I have? Be interesting to go back and compare. Did I do the same sort of method? I probably got the 1 first the last time I did this question, but I honestly don't remember how I did it from the last one, which is good. This will be fresh and possibly a new way to do it. So even if I'm carrying a 1, I can't have 0. So I could have something like 2, 3, but that's not gonna. Even if I carried a 1, that would still be it's less than or equal to 6. We're not over 10 there. 2 and 4, again, even if I carried a 1, got 7 there. 2 and 5, no dice. 2 and 6, So a 2 isn't going to appear here. It might be down here at this, or it might be somewhere in the units column, but a 2 is not going to be one of these 2-digit leading numbers. How about 3 and 4, 3 and 5, 3 and 6? Any of these working? Well, as a matter of fact, the 3 and 6 work. We'd put a 0 here, but we need to have a leading 1. Okay? These other ones, they're not going to work. They're not big enough. But this one, 3 and 6 and a leading 1. So what could we have? We could have 3, 6, 1. We'd have to get 0, and we'd have to carry a 1. But what's left over? 4, 5, 2. Oops, let's put this guy in the wrong spot. Okay, at best, we'd be doing 4 and 5, and that's 9, and that still doesn't carry a 1. So while this might seem like it might be something that'll work, it won't. None of these work. Okay, so we have to have 4, 5, or 6 over here. Well, let's keep going. 4 and 5. Well, if we carried a 1, then yeah, we'd get 10 again. 4 and 6, that can make it on its own. Okay, that's going to be either 10 or 11. Now we can't have 11 because we don't have a spare 1. So this would have to be without a leading 1. And there's one last one. It's 5 and 6. And that could get us 11, but again, I said that's not going to work. Or plus 1, we could get 12. So we'd need to be carrying a 1. Now, my gut instinct is, because most of these numbers are fairly small, and we're already using the big ones, that we're probably going to want to go with the not carrying a 1. But let's take a look at these. So 4, 5, and we'd have to carry a 1. We'd be left with 3, 6, and 2. 3 and 6, again, at best it's 9. It's not carrying a 1. So this one's out. We'll leave the 4 and 6, because again, I'm pretty sure that's going to be the one that we need to go with. But 5 and 6, and we need to carry a 1. And that's where the 2 is. So we're left with 3, 0, and 4. No way any pair of those is adding up with a leading 1. So we have to have 4 and 6. No leading 1, and we have to have a 0 here. 4, 6, 0. We're left with 2, 3, and 5. How do I arrange those so 2 of them add up to the third? 2, 3, 5. Okay, so 5's got to be the answer. And 42 plus 63, yeah, that is 105. So we do have the right answer. The units digit is of the sum is 5, so that's D. And it all worked out. So it didn't actually take us that long. We got the 1 out of the way, and we know 0 couldn't be in there. So we just took pairs of the things that couldn't be 0, because that cuts down on our work. If we had started asking, well, what can the units digits be, we'd have to work with 0 as well. But by removing 0, because it can't be a leading digit, by removing 1, suddenly we have a lot less work we have to do. Okay? So I liked that. It was a good question. And yeah, that finishes off Part B. So that was all the questions worth 6. So if we did Part B really well, maybe we got all 10 questions, and we got 60. And coming up next, we'll be looking at question 21, the first question in Part C. The questions there are worth 8. So if we do all 5 of those correct, we get 40 points. Okay? They're going to be a little more challenging, so we're going to have to put our thinking caps on. But I'll see you guys in the next video for question 21. And in the meantime, have yourselves a wonderful day, and take care.